Hi, I'm trying to ask ladies how they dispose their pad. I have discovered that it's actually a problem. A lot of ladies do not know how to dispose their pad. And so some of them just finish after their menstruation, they put it in the ladder and discard it. So I want to ask some ladies how they dispose their pad. Let me really know how they do it, so that at the end of this video, we can look for a proper way on how we can dispose our pad. So today we're going to be asking some ladies. Let's see how many people know how to dispose their pad. Watch this video. Make sure you forward it to your loved ones. Make sure you learn from it. The purpose is to learn, and there is no abuse. A street where people are living. People don't pass much on the streets, but however, anyone who is passing, I'll be asking the person a question. Sorry, excuse me.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine.
How old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
Please, can you just come close and look straight to the camera? Don't be offended. I'm going to actually post this video. It's just a question I want to ask. How old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
You're 19. Do you menstruate?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what is menses? You're self menstruating.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how do you dispose your pad when you're done with it all?
When I want to bath, I will first remove the face, remove the tissue, put inside the WC, in the ladder. I will wash the ladder first before put inside the disposal.
Okay, you remove the tissue and put in the WC,
Yes.
and then wash the ladder and dispose it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how did you learn that?
It's one of my friends that told me to do that.
It's one of your friends that told you to be doing it like that.
Yes.
You know what? The truth is that the way she disposes her pad is one of the best way to dispose your pad. She said she will open the pad, put the tissue in the WC, and then wash the ladder and dispose it. That is one person that has told me the most important way to discard her pad. Let's hear from another person. Oh, thank you. The question is, how old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
You're 19 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what is menses?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you menstruated before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you used to menstruate every month.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do you dispose your pad after usage?
Okay. Like the one they taught us, they say if you can't use the normal, like the local one, you can dispose.
Which one is the local one?
That is to come out and dig the ground
Okay.
to dispose it.
Okay.
Then, if you cannot dispose it that way, so that somebody else will not use it for, this, because the word is good. So you can wrap it inside nylon, double the nylon. You can double it as much as you can, then you can dispose it so that nobody can use it.
Okay. Where did they teach you that?
In the church.
In church.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What she's saying is that they taught her two ways to dispose pad. The first way is either she will dig the ground and put it and then cover it so that nobody will have access to it, or she'll put it in the ladder, tie it, and look for another ladder and tie it before she disposes it so that nobody will see it. But I think the first method is actually better, because that one, before somebody would think of digging the ground to look for pad, it will be difficult a bit. But the other method, I don't consider it that good. Sorry, don't mind the camera that is facing us. It's just a question that I'm trying to ask. And the question is, sorry, what's your name? Emanuela. How old are you?
I'm 14.
You're 14. Okay, do you know what menses is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you started menstruating?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please, if you don't mind, I want you to tell the audience how you dispose your pad.
Okay, so when I finished with using the pad and it has reached almost time to remove it, I gently remove it from my panties, then roll it gently, tie it in the nylon. If you like, you can double the nylon so it won't mess up the place, and then gently dispose it in the trash.
Okay. Like you remove it from your panties, you look for a cellophane, put it tight, you can double the ladder and then dispose it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, she said her name is Emanuela, she's 14 years old. That the method she disposes her pad is her putting it in a ladder, she ties it and then trash it away. I think that is not really the best way to dispose our pad, and that is why this video is being done. So at the end of the video, we're going to be showing the best method of disposing our pad. Don't mind the camera. It's just a question that I want to ask you. The question is, what's your name?
Amanda.
Amanda. How old are you?
I'm 14.
You're 14. Do you know what menses is?
Yes.
Have you started menstruating?
Yes.
Okay, please, can you kindly tell our audience how you dispose your pad?
Actually, I dispose my pad by tying it in a leather and disposing it in the trash. But according to what I learned at school, the proper way of disposing a pad is by burning it so that there will be no trace of the remnants of blood on the pad, so that to prevent things like ritual habits or someone picking up the pad and using it for personal gains.
Okay, that was what they taught you in school.
Yes.
Okay, while you're in school, are you a boarder?
Yes.
You're a boarder. So while you're in school, how do you dispose your pad? Because I think you won't really have access to having matches or fuel or kerosene to burn it.
We dispose our pad because there's a dustbin where we dispose things like our pad. So when we dispose it, our matron sends some students and give them matches to use and burn the pad, so that there will be no trace of it.
So all the students gather pad in a particular place.
Yes.
And then they burnt it at the end of it.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. She said that before now she used to put her pad in the leather, she'll tie it and dispose it. But they taught her in school that the best way of disposing the pad is setting it on fire, and so that nobody will have access to it. And so that's the best way. So, and she said she's a boarder, and the way they dispose their pad in school is that they all put it in a trash in one place, and at the end of it, their matron will give a student matches and all and maybe kerosene to set it on fire. I think if that is really done, is good to an extent, but not too good. Not too good. And that is why this video is being done. Although we're still interviewing a lot of teenagers to know how they really dispose their pad. Don't mind the video that is facing us. It's just a question we're trying to know from the teenagers. What's your name?
Clara.
Clara. Clara, how old are you?
I'm 12.
You're 12. Do you know what menses is?
Yes, ma'am.
Menses. Have you started menstruating?
Yes.
Okay. Please, can you tell the audience how you dispose your sanitary pad?
I put it in the leather, then tie it, then put it in the bin.
Okay, you put it in a cellophane leather, tie it and trash it. Yeah? That's the method. Alright, what did you say is your name again? Clara. Okay, Clara said the way she disposes her pad is first of all, that she changes her pad 3 times in the day, and then when she wants to dispose it, she tied it on a cellophane and trash it away. That's the way she disposes her pad. Alright, it's good to hear from her, but on this video, I think this is not one of the best ways to dispose our pad. The question is concerning the teenagers, how they dispose their sanitary pad. What's your name?
My name is Okeke Jacinta.
Okay, Jacinta. How old are you?
I'm 17 years
You're
old.
17. Sorry, your name is Ruth. Okay. Please, how do you dispose your sanitary pad?
So when you remove it in the morning, you have to put it in a bucket, rinse out the blood, because you can never be too sure of who goes into your dustbin. Anybody that takes your blood has achieved a great
How
deal.
do you rinse it?
You have to put it in a bucket because it's your blood. It can irritate you. Put it in a bucket. You like squeeze out the blood. Pour it. Let everything. Let it be plain. Let there be no blood stain in it. When you finish squeezing it, you flush the blood, not the pad, in the toilet. Do not flush your pad in the toilet because it's going to clog the toilet. When you finish, you put it inside later, you tie it, and you dispose it into the garbage can or trash can. Wherever it's found.
Okay. I don't know if we got what she said. She said one of the best way that she disposes her pad is after usage, she puts it in a bucket and pour water and wash the blood out of it. That you shouldn't feel irritated in washing the blood that came out of you. And so she washes it and then pour it inside the WC and then trash the pad itself away. But the real blood is being flushed in the toilet. That is one of the ways she disposes it. I think she's a bit aware. But however, the reason of this video is actually to know why teenagers or how teenagers dispose their pad. Her method is a bit fair, but not totally fair. Don't mind the camera. We're actually trying to educate the young teenagers to know how they dispose the sanitary pad. And so this is just by you telling us, asking the questions and we answer. But before I start, what's your name? So your name is Nkiruka.
Yes.
So how old are you?
I'm 14.
14. Okay, that's good. Do you know what menses is?
Yes.
Have you studied menstruating? Okay, please, can you tell the audience how you dispose the sanitary pad?
How I do dispose my own sanitary pad is when I'm done using it. I normally put your pad on the pan. So I normally when I'm done using it, I normally roll it and put it on the first rack. Then I put inside the nylon, tie I'll double the leather before I put it in the waste bin, the waste bin of that. That's how.
Okay, are you telling us that the way you dispose your pad is when you're done using it, you tie it on a cellophane and trash it away? Alright. Okay, the Nkiruka said one of the ways she disposes her pad is she ties it on a cellophane leather and discards it. I think that method is not too good. In the camera. Please, what's the name?
Esther Oga.
Esther Oga. Okay, please, I want to be sure that you know what menses is.
Yes,
Okay.
it is the usual menstrual cycle for a lady. As soon as you get to, for some people it starts early and for some people it starts late. Like for myself, I started at the age of 14, 15. That was when I saw my first menstrual cycle.
Now, the question is, how do you dispose your pad?
You don't throw your pads anyhow.
Okay.
Like the world in which we find ourselves now.
Yeah.
You know these Yahoo boys, they tell you if you dispose your pads anyhow, they will come and pick it, and by the time you get to the age of that marriageable age, and by the time you're supposed to put to bed, if they've used that, you may end up not taking it.
Okay.
So during my time, I don't dispose my pad anyhow. What I do is, in as much as it's wet, there's a level of kerosene or fuel that I will pour on it and strike my matches, and fire will engulf it.
Are you saying that as it is now, you normally burn your pad?
Of course, I burn my pad.
Okay.
I burn my pad. I don't need to dispose my period here. My menstrual cycle, my period, my pad represents me as a person. It tells the people how clean or how dirty you are. The way you dispose your pad, you dispose your whatever. Sanitary pad tells how dirty you are. Some people will just control it across their windows, and it will be there littered around. And somebody like me, if I see something like that, I will like, this person is very dirty. And you must not let everybody know that you are menstruating. If you don't pack yourself well, definitely it will show. And if there's anything that disgraces a woman, it's that thing. So that's it.
All right. I don't know if you really understood what she said. What she actually said is that one of the best ways she disposes her pad is setting it on fire. I think is actually one of the best way. But you know what? There are times that you are in a place where there is
cannot
nothing
do it.
to set it on
You
fire.
have
What
to
do
look.
do?
You have to look for a way of digging the soil and burying it.
So she's saying that if you're in a place where you don't have access to matches to set it on blaze, you can dig the soil and bury it in the ground.
And in a situation where you cannot bury it, if I am where I cannot bury my menstrual pad, I just pack it inside my bag. As soon as I get to my house, it will be the first thing that I will dispose of.
So I want to believe that you have learned something. The major thing to learn there is that one of the best ways that you can dispose your sanitary pad that are best method is setting it on blaze, bury it under the soil, or the other method which we're going to enlighten you all about. It's very important. All right, thank you so much for this. I think a lot of people out there will learn from this. I'm going to be showing you the best method on how to dispose your sanitary pad after usage. We have gone out to make some interview to know how teenagers dispose their sanitary pad, and they have given us a lot of ways that they dispose their sanitary pad, but we are actually telling them the best method to dispose your sanitary pad. Okay, this is the sanitary pad that every lady uses during their menstrual flow. Yes, this is it. And most ladies use pints when they are on their menstrual flow. And so, okay, let's look at it. After we have finished removing the pad, yeah, and then you have to put it this way, okay. This is a pad. It's well positioned now. Okay, let's assume this is your, okay, let's assume that this is your blood, the flow. Okay, let's put it on the sanitary pad. Okay, this sanitary pad can absorb as much as possible. So we're finished turning it. All right, now it's actually soaked. You remove it from your pants like this. It will be very wrong for you to just assume that it has been used, and so you just wrap it like this, and then you carry your cellophane, you put it in, and carry another one and wrap it, and then with this, you think you're finished, you're done with it, you just go and trash it in your trash bag or your dustbin, wherever. This is the wrong way to dispose your sanitary pad. If this is one of the methods you have been using to dispose your sanitary pad, I want to assure you that it is not right. It is not right because the world is so evil. People go to the dustbin to look for this sanitary pad, to use it for their negativities. And so you don't fall a victim. That is why you must share this video to your loved ones. This is your pad. This is your use pad. I told you you're not supposed to trash it the way you trashed it. So what are you supposed to do? Let's see the best method to trash it. We're taking it now to the toilet to go and flush it. So let's go. Now you're in the toilet and we want to dispose of our sanitary pad. How do we do it? This is it. So you're supposed to open it like this. Open it. You see, let's assume this is the blood. And so you remove it. This is actually tissue. It's already soaked with the blood. And so once you put it in the WC, I've removed all of it. Now it's actually clean. It's a ladder. If you put this inside here and flush it, it's going to be trapped, and your the WC will be blocked. So what do? You're going. This very one now is the one you're going to use soap and water to wash it. You see, make sure I have cleaned up every blood stain on it. So now that I'm done in washing it, I squeeze it. You can see there is no blood stain on it anymore. This is the very one you're supposed to put in the ladder to trash. So this very one now, I'm done. What do I do? Is to flush it. Is to flush it. Once I flush now, it will definitely flush perfectly well and it is gone. Then this one, I will dispose it. Okay. Now that we've flushed the sanitary pad, don't forget that this very one is actually the ladder. It is actually this ladder that can be trapped in your WC if you flush with this. But just that tissue alone that was inside the pad would definitely be absorbed the water and flush perfectly. And so this one is this one now that you're going to use your black cellophane and discard. This one, there is no blood on it. So this one can comfortably enter your trash and you discard it. Don't forget that during the course of the interview, trying to know how a lot of teenagers dispose their sanitary pad, a lot of people gave their different method of disposing. Some say you can burn it on the fire, you can set it on blaze, and it will burn to ashes, so nobody have a trace of it. And some other people said you can dig the soil and bury it, and so nobody will see it. Some said they discard it. Some said they even put it inside a bowl, a bucket, put water inside and wash it off, and then throw the real pad away. All these ways are method to discard your pad. But one of the best method is this one that I just showed you. With this one, nobody will have access to a clue of how your blood flow is on your pad. And then you'll be safe from a lot of fetish and wicked society, especially these days that a lot of people are coming up with the name Yahoo, trying to make money, trying to look for money, looking for whose pad to use for money. Nobody should tamper with your destiny. Make sure you share this video to your children, to your siblings, to your friends, to your neighbors, to whoever that you truly love. It will go a long way. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, this is Abuja First Lady.